Hola niños, ¿cómo están? Today we have kind of a funny letter of the alphabet. This is one of those letters that's an extra letter in the Spanish alphabet. It's a letter that we don't have in the English alphabet. Today's letter is the letter Elle. Elle. In Spanish, when you see two letter L's next to each other like this, don't pronounce it like L, pronounce it like the letter Y, like Y, Y. So let's look at some words that start with the letter Elle. First, we have this animal. Now in English we call it a llama, but in Spanish his real name is llama, llama. Next, we have rain. In Spanish we say lluvia, lluvia. And here are some keys. In Spanish we say llaves, llaves. And last, we have a tire. A tire in Spanish is llanta, llanta. So now let's look at some places that have the letter Elle in them. The first place we have is Puerto Vallarta, Puerto Vallarta. Can you hear that double L sounding like a Y in the middle of the word Vallarta? Puerto Vallarta is a port, which means it's a way to get into the country by water. So Puerto Vallarta is a port in Mexico, and it's a really beautiful place. It looks like this. Lots of people like to go on cruises to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. The water's always warm and really pretty blue, and it's a really nice place to go on vacation. Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. The next one is also the name of a place. It's a little town called Villa Elisa. Villa Elisa. Villa Elisa is a little tiny town in Paraguay where I used to live. So here are some kids hanging out in Villa Elisa. And here's a family that I used to go and visit all the time. And here we're making something called gnocchis. Gnocchis are little pastas that they like to eat in Paraguay. And here's the family. Their last name is Paredes. So they're the Paredes family from Paraguay. The last thing we have with the double L in it is a person, and her name is Isabel Allende. Isabel Allende is a famous writer. She was born in Lima, Peru, but her parents are actually from the country of Chile. And now Isabel Allende lives in the United States, in California. So she writes lots of books about women especially, and especially about women that like to travel. And so it's mostly about kind of like her life. And she's a super famous writer, Isabel Allende. That's all for this time. Adios, amigos.